Hello, Assalamu alaikum students. I am Ghulam Sanwar and today I'll be discussing one of the topics from grammar and very important topic as per the examination point of view is concerned. And the topic is for all classes from 5th onwards up to 12th class, and the topic that I am discussing about is active and passive voice. Before I touch the topic, it is better to know about the verb first, because in these sentences we deal with the verb, and in the previous lectures I have defined the verb, even that kind of verb that we generally use in active and passive voice. You know, while talking about a verb is a word that tells us about a noun. That means what a noun is, what a noun has, and what a noun does. Here in this verb, in this rule, active and passive voice, the verb plays an important role here. And when we talk about verb, you might have already known that there are different kinds of verbs, but here in this kind of rule we need to have transitive verb. When I talk about transitive and intransitive verb, let me first of all tell you what a transitive verb means and what does an intransitive verb mean. For example, when I talk about a transitive verb that we deal with this in active and passive voice. Transitive verb is that in which the action passes from subject to object. A transitive verb is that wherein in a sentence the action passes from subject to object. It means that there is an object there and it needs an object. And an intransitive verb is that where the action does not pass from subject to object but stops with the doer. The action does not pass from subject to object, it stops with the doer. For example, I'll write here one sentence: the dog barks. I have written here a sentence: the dog barks, the cat mews. Here the dog is subject and barks is verb, and here it is intransitive verb because this sentence does not need any object to complete its meaning. It completes its meaning here. The action stops with here barks, so it gives us a complete sense. No need to put an object. This is intransitive verb. In such sentences cannot be passivized in English. Only the passivization, we do the passivization to those sentences in which we use transitive verbs. Now this sentence does not need any verb, any object to complete its sense. So a transitive verb is that where in the action passes from subject to object and it does not stop with the doer, it goes on, and here it stops. So in passivization we need transitive verbs, not intransitive verbs. Same is the case when I talk about the voices of verbs. Generally the verbs are of two voices. What these voices are? These are active and passive. What is this active voice? What are these voices? What is this this voice of verbs? The voice of a verb shows whether its subject acts. The voice of a verb shows whether its subject acts. That means the person, the subject, whether it acts. If it acts, the verb is said to be active. If it is acted upon, the verb is said to be passive. That's why there are two voices. These are active and passive. When the subject acts, the verb is said to be active. That's I am talking about active voice. When the subject is acted upon, the verb is said to be passive. So this is active and passive. Now what are the rules here that we generally do to complete or to do these active and passive voice? And here in this active and passive voice, this to be form of verb, it plays an important role here, to be. When I talk about to be form, you know, I have already told you many times, there are 7 forms. Is there, am is there, are, was, were, even been and being. These play a vital role here in active and passive voice, to be form. Now, I'll just discuss one by one. I have already told you, or the students know the structure of tenses, because that is very important. When we are talking about active and passive voice, a student should already know the structure of the tenses. That means he must, or the student must be able to understand that what is the structure of simple, when I talk simple present indefinite, which verb is present indefinite, which is continuous form, which is what I say present perfect continuous, etc. Same is the case with past and future tense, because in this kind of rule we need the structure of tenses first. So we have already told you about the tenses, and you know the tense structure. Unless a student knows, unless you know about the structure of tenses, you cannot understand active and passive. But I hope that you might have already read, and we have already told you what these structures are, the tense structures. That's why I am dealing with this kind of rule. So, and now we know about what is active and what is the passive voice, what is the transitive verb and what is an intransitive verb. In this kind of rule, we generally, when we have to passivize a sentence, when we want to passivize a sentence, you know what, generally we write third form of verb, that is past participle form of verb. For example, if I write here eat, E-A-T, eat, its past is ate, its past participle form is eaten. Then if I write here play, it is played, and here it is played. Now difference between this and this, in these two forms you find here played, and this is also played. We have already told you about the different forms of verbs, that is regular and irregular verbs. Here in this sentence, sometimes you find a word played, whether this is displayed or displayed. For you, I have already told you that this second form of verb does not need any, when we write active form, this does not need any auxiliary. Suppose I eat an apple, I ate an apple. But with this we need an auxiliary to complete its meaning. I have eaten an apple, or I have played cricket. Here I played cricket, here I have played. No doubt different meanings, but we cannot write without an auxiliary. If I say have played or had played, whatever the tense is. So the clear thing is here that when we are talking about passivization of a sentence, what we write, what kind of verb we write, form we write in a passive form? Yes, you are correct here. We write third form of verb, that is V3. This is generally that we write past participle, past participle form of verb. Good. And before that we write an auxiliary. Now let me write a sentence and I will tell you the difference. For example, I will write here a sentence, I eat an apple. Here is a sentence. I is here subject, eat is here verb, but here it is transitive verb, and apple it is object. What happens when we passivize a sentence? Generally this subject, this becomes the object of the in passive voice, and this object it becomes subject in passive voice. And I have even told you, when we are talking about these pronouns, different kinds of pronouns, when we talk about simply personal pronouns in subjective case, we write I, for example, I, let me write here I, then we write you, second person, then we write he, third person singular, we write she, we write it, we write we, or we write they. These pronouns we write generally as subject. But when we passivize a sentence, what becomes? This becomes the object. How? And the pronoun changes. No doubt it is also the personal pronoun, but I, it changes into me, and you, its objective form is, objective case is you, he, it is him, then she, it is her, and it, for we write us, and for they we write them. Mind it. So we write it as objective case. Now here is a sentence, for example, I eat an apple. I eat an apple. I'll just write here, I'll show you here all these tenses, the examples for these tenses, how we write and how we can change it. Let me rub it first. So what I have told you, that when I say I eat an apple, in this sentence I is subject, and eat an apple here, this is all called as a predicate. In this predicate we find a verb, but it is a transitive verb, because only a transitive verb can be passivized, that I have already told you, and an apple is here, this is object. So what I have told you, that we generally object becomes the subject in passive voice. So I'll write here an apple. According to the subject we write the auxiliaries. An apple is singular here, so we use be form, that is. An apple is. What I have already told you, that we write past participle form of the verb. So the past participle form of verb is here eaten. An apple is eaten. Now what is here? Subject I, and what is it? Is objective case me, but before it we generally use preposition by. So an apple is eaten by me. Now what is the formula for it now? The object, now here it becomes the subject, object of active voice, it becomes the subject here, object plus, now it becomes the subject, I will write here subject, plus is, and sometimes we write are, because I will give you one more example. It is not only we write is, because these auxiliaries can change now. How these can be changed? According to tense. So here we write what? Subject, now because it becomes a subject, plus is or are, plus V3, plus by, and plus objective case of the subject, objective case of the subject. An apple is eaten by me. How this can be changed? I have written here are when the sentence is simple present. For example, I eat apples. Now when I talk about plural, I do not write article or an here with plural cases. So I write apples. Apples, here this is the object, here directly in passive voice this will turn as subject. So apples. Apples are plural now. I cannot write is, I will write are. Then V3 eaten by me. So I have written subject plus is or are plus V3, that is this, and before this we use by, that is by plus objective case. So now it is clear. Then when a sentence is having a transitive verb with a transitive verb, because in those sentences having intransitive verb we cannot change them into passive, that's not possible. Then two things are there. If the object is singular we write is, and if the object is plural we write are. But when a sentence is in simple, what I say, present indefinite tense. Now I'll give the examples of other tenses. When a sentence is in present continuous, what happens? I am eating an apple. See now, once again, examples are a little bit different. Examples are the same but tenses are different. Here the tense form is present continuous. When a sentence is in present continuous form, what happens? So I'll write here, first of all, an apple, because here the sentence object is singular, an apple. It is singular, is. Now here eating. Whenever a sentence is in continuous form, we use being, because I have told you here to be form is the most important while using while doing active into passive. To be form, where we use is, are, was, been, being, etc. So when a sentence is in continuous form, progressive form, we use is being or are being. When I write a sentence here, I am eating apples. Those here it is plural. Let me complete this first. An apple is being, then the third form of verb, eaten by me. So you can write here subject, I am talking about passive voice, plus is being or are being. These are the forms that we use, plus V3, then we know what is there. I am eating apples. So I write here apples are being eaten by me. Here is being and are being eaten, V3. Then let me come to present perfect tense. I have eaten an apple. Okay, sure, this will be passivized like this, an apple. Now once again, third person singular. In third person singular what we use? We generally use have or has, because we are dealing with V3, that means past participle form of verb, that we cannot write without an auxiliary. So an apple has been eaten by me. So here it is has been. Now see, in present indefinite we use is or are. In present continuous we use is being or are being, and in present perfect we use has been or have been. I'll write I have eaten apples. I'll write here apples have been eaten by me. Now what I have used here? Have been and has been. This is singular and this is plural. And here you can write subject plus has been or have been according to the subject, plus V3 and plus by, and the objective case. Then when we talk about present perfect continuous form, present perfect continuous tense, there are 4 tenses which cannot be passivized. The sentences that are in present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous. First of all, take it in mind, all these 3 tenses, which present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous and future perfect continuous, these are not passivized. And there is one more also, that is future continuous. Let me write here the example present perfect continuous tense. That means I have been eating an apple. So this form, so you can write here no passive. I will rub the board. Before I rub the board, take it, just look to the board. Here it is present simple, here it is present continuous, here it is present perfect, and here present perfect continuous. Now see, is plus V3 or plus V3, is being plus V3, here are being plus V3 because these are the examples, and has been plus V3 and have been plus V3. This is for present tense. Now let me touch the past one. For you, I write here past tense, I ate an apple. Active voice, I ate an apple. Verb is in past tense, an apple. This is past tense, so we write was eaten by me. If I write here I ate apples, apples were eaten by me. What is the formula? Subject plus was or were plus V3. Now I was eating apples, I was eating an apple, an apple was being eaten by me, I had eaten an apple had been eaten by me. You will write the formula here, subject plus was being or were being plus V3. Here subject plus had been plus V3 plus by. When I talk about past perfect continuous, I had been eating an apple, I had been eating an apple, so no passive. Then future, I shall eat an apple will be eaten by me. So what is the formula? Subject plus will be plus V3 plus by dash. I shall be eating an apple, no passive. I shall have eaten an apple. An apple will have been eaten by me. Here you will write subject plus will have been plus V3. Now, some sentences are there where we find two objects. That means direct object and indirect object. I will write a sentence here, but before I rub the board, please note it down, and what are the formulas that we write while changing the tenses. So while talking about future perfect continuous, I have been eating an apple, so no passive. For example, let me write here, one sentence I will write here. Nimra gave me a pen. Here in this sentence, subject Nimra. Here two objects, one is direct object and one is indirect object. I can use both these as these subjects in passive voice. For example, a pen was given to me by Nimra. Second, if I take this as object here as subject, I was given a pen by Nimra. So no doubt there are some more rules for it, but the time does not allow me to go further. So inshallah, if I got chance to come once more for you, I will discuss other things also. Thank you very much. But do this kind of exercise. I will write one sentence. I write a letter. And second, I play cricket. These are the two sentences for your homework, and you will do all this exercise as I have done here, as I have shown here. Like that you will do all these sentences in your home. Thank you very much for your patience. Stay at home and stay blessed. Thank you.